Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
It's a sad day yesterday. I went to a funeral for a friend of our show, Ron Keed, who'd passed away unexpectedly for me. Ron became a good friend. He was fantastic at restoring motorcycles. And whenever I looked down, and this is that they said in the eulogy, a lot of you guys here today have had motorcycles painted by Ron Keed. So whenever you look down at your petrol tank or your motorbike, you'll think of Ron. And, you know, my Harley with the flames on the tank, he did that. And that old Suzuki I've got, he restored that for me.
But you met him through here.
2006, the Rolling Stones were celebrating their 50th anniversary. And we thought, well, why don't we do this? We'll put together our own Rolling Stones. And the only requirement was that they have to be of similar age and have the same name. So we got a Mick, a Ron, a Charlie and a Keith, put them all together. They had no musical ability. They had a little bit of musical ability.
Mixed musical ability.
So what we did was got people to train them, and then on a day, I think around this time of year, back in 2006, we got them to perform Start Me Up at Circular Quay.
Hello, Sydney! With Rolling Stones! You're going to rock your socks off, okay? You start me up! You start me up and never stop.
They had all the energy in the world.
And Ronnie was on the mouth organ, which I know the Rolling Stones don't have, but the boys did well, and I think early morning commuters appreciated their chops. So it was sad that Ron passed away, but I just mentioned before about the uniqueness of yesterday. So after a funeral, you see everyone and you sort of process that, and I appreciate at our age, at 55, you start to, more people are dropping off the twig. And I didn't expect, as I was processing Ron's passing and what Ron meant to me, that I'd get a call from you, and I've never had this before. Another friend of ours died.
I got a call from Andrew Denton yesterday to say that our fabulous executive producer from our radio show, The Denton Show, at Triple M all those years ago, Richard Mortlock, Krusty as he was known, had passed away.
You gave him the nickname
yesterday
Krusty.
Morning. He was a true maverick. He would, at 4 a.m, he would turn up in a seersucker suit and his cowboy boots, or a checked suit and his cowboy boots. He changed for no one. He was true to himself no matter what job he was in. He had been a 60 Minutes producer, but he was so instrumental in everything that was great about that show. And he had long curly hair that came out the sides. I remember once seeing him come across the street and I said, he looks like Krusty the Clown. Therefore, he was known after that as Krusty. But he was, as I said, a true maverick. One of the funny moments I remembered with him was I think you know this story too, Brendan. We had a thing of a tape line where people could phone in and leave messages. Get listeners to call in. It was at the rumour mill.
It was the rumour mill.
And we recorded a message saying, "Hello, thank you for calling. Please leave your message." And every morning, this is how old the technology was, he had to go and retrieve the messages from the cassette. And something had stuffed up with the cassette and he was pressing all the buttons and swearing his head off. And then someone alerted us to, you might want to check your message. All he'd done was record himself going, F, F, F. So everyone that called up, all they got was him swearing. But he was absolutely a giant character, one of a kind. I've known his wife Marion also for years. His 2 daughters, I know he's a grandfather now. Those are the pivots. Those are the main pivotal loves of his life. He loved fishing as well. But what an absolute character. And I was shocked and so saddened to hear that he'd passed away yesterday.
And to hear that news just when you're processing at a funeral, and then to hear more news, you just think, oh my God.
Yeah. So be grateful for your friendships.
Exactly.
I was proud to have shared that time with him and thinking of his family and thinking of Ron's family too.
Ron Keed, Richard Mortlock, you're fantastic men.